touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. Can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. It's your glory. Just keep it going. Touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. Can't touch this. Break it down. Stop. Hammer time. Can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. Break it down.
Nobody takes down Angel Snuff 7 easy. There's a reason why, after 100 channels destroyed, Angel Snuff 7 is still here. There's a reason why nobody want to get in a beef with Angel Snuff 7. But you don't take me seriously, and now your ass is barbecued. If you say that I'm divine and I'm a prophet, where the hell did your ass go to? Why aren't you heeding the call? Why aren't you helping me get this message across? Since I'm a prophet, since I'm divine. Some people, excuse the language, some people just like talking out their ass. That's what they like to do. Donation icon. I got the answer. I can handle the hard question. See, they say that Angel Snuff Nuff 7 don't care about the people. But Angel Snuff Nuff 7 cares about the people because I'm bold enough to tell you the truth, and I don't give a damn if you give me a dime. I'm not looking for your money.
My black people, it's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody move.
We are in a state of emergency.
Prejudice. Wrote a song about it? Like to hear it? Here it go. Free your mind.
Yes. I need that. Gots to have that. It's mine. I love my things. I love my things.
Are you alright?
Get away! Come on. Assemble the people, come on. We will not be defeated by witch doctors' illusions.
Everybody who is black and interested in black people, let us sit down and find out how we can get together in one direction against one enemy and accomplish this job overnight.
When soul singer and black activist Sam Cooke wrote the lyrics to his song, "A Change Is Gonna Come," it was very direct and to the point. With some changes to it, the song was still digestible. In the year 2019, black folks continue to go through the change rather than direct the change. A community activist named Taalik Ibn'rad has made an appeal similar to what Sam Cooke was asking for. A change. It's said that the meek shall inherit the earth. We ask when. When will the landlords give the meek a free lease? Mr. Ibn'rad is humbly asking for the state of Mississippi. This is Dusty Basement Studios, and we approve of this message.
The Mississippi campaign represents everything that you claim that you want. The beginning of an all-black independent nation. The ability to control your own resources. Your politics. The law. Be able to do your own thing for a change. Create an economy. Create and produce goods that Africa or anybody on the planet would want. You're fake, you don't want to do nothing. 3 hours talking about the Mississippi campaign.
Everybody join.
Yes. I want that. Oh, I need that. Gots to have that. It's mine.
Just keep it going.
What about sunrise? What about rain? What about all the things that you said we were to gain? What about killing fears? Is there a time? What about all the things that you said was yours and mine? Did you ever stop to notice all the blood we shed before. Did you ever stop to notice this crying earth, this weeping shore?
Just keep it going.
How did the earth come? Who gives a damn? We are here. Learn how to live, learn how to love other human beings. Learn how to have appreciation and respect for the earth, animal life, and the grass, and the trees.
Emergency.
Prejudice. Wrote a song about it? Like to hear it? Here it go. Free your mind.
Keep it real.
What, dear?
Cause I keeps it real like that. I keeps it real.
You know, I was wondering, you know, if you could keep
I'm still subscribed to your channel. You haven't put nothing on your channel, I guess, lately.
Yeah. But I've been thinking about like talking about real life subjects on my channel.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, like
Well, you
things
know,
like that. Just been thinking of some ideas.
well, we can come up. I can come up with some junior reality stuff that we can talk about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in love, you say that you wanna be mine and you're gonna feel love you never felt before. This is the beginning of love with no ending. True love, time cannot erase. Girl, I've waited all night for love to find the place. Guess I'll make that soul sacrifice. Our love it will sustain. Girl, you got me stoned in love. I'm stoned in love with you. Oh, you got me so stoned. So in love. Girl, you got me stoned in love. I'm stoned in love with you. Oh, you got me so stoned. Yeah, so in love.
Now this is the 1970s, and they was talking about, these young boys was talking about, yeah man, I'm gonna take my hoe, I'm gonna take my bitch to the movies later on. We gonna go down to the Dairy Queen later on. Take my hoe, take my bitch. I didn't like, he was part of that conversation. Now I did not like that when he was making reference to this young lady as a hoe and a bitch, because I know that's not what she was about. But you know, you want to show off in front of your other friends and the other boys, and they're all they calling their girlfriends hoes and bitches. They did not talk about, this is my future wife, I love her, this is my hoe, this is my bitch. Now I did not like that. Now here are some young teenage boys, including myself. 1970, we calling our sisters hoes and bitches. I did not do that. I've never been that way, never. Where do you think they're getting this from? Some of them got this from watching those black exploitation movies. I never watched those movies. I just recently saw some of those type of films. They watch some of these black exploitation these pimp movies. So that's where they got hoes and bitches from. But also grown ass men. Because I know grown ass men came to me calling sisters hoes and bitches. And they wanted me to do that. And I would not get involved in that type of crap. I've always had respect because that's who raised me. My mother, I view women as very strong. I saw them as stronger than the men around me.
This video is for the Reality Temple on Earth.
Shout out to the Reality Temple on Earth on IG.
We love watching it.
Yeah, we really do.
We send love, peace, and soul.
Brother.
Good evening, soul brothers and sisters. This is Tangi Cox, the Black Sheep, and I am propositioning you to entertain just a little while of being in reality. And this is gonna hurt soul sisters and brothers because a lot of us cannot accept reality. I empower you to, for 1 year, to subscribe to the Reality Temple on Earth. And at the end of 12 months, draw your conclusion of what have you learned in that amount of time. I empower you. You will never, ever, ever think, feel, or entertain nonsense ever again, period. I would like to see my soul sisters and brothers awaken. This requires time. You need to spend about a year watching, researching, and looking. The Reality Temple on Earth is life-changing, and I stand on that.
Let's get this party started. Ride, ride, ride. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started. Ride, ride, ride. Let's get this party started. Ride, ride, ride. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started. Ride, ride, ride. Let's get this party started. Ride, ride, ride. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started. Ride, ride, ride. Let's get this party started. Ride, ride, ride. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started. Ride, ride, ride. Let's get this party started. Ride, ride, ride. Let's get this party started quickly.
You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this.
name of my ancestors, peace forever and always. I am the Angel Snuff 7 here on YouTube, and welcome once again to another edition of the Reality's Temple on Earth. I'm your host, your brother, and hopefully your friend, Taalik Ibn'rad. It's another hot one, y'all. Just experienced a whole lot of storms rolling through the St. Louis area all night long, almost all morning long, and it's just something else. It's very unusual weather. A few people have been struck by lightning here, and also having one death. The weather has become very unusual, and that should not be a shock. And of course, religious people would say, well, it's the end of days. I am sure ancient people who hung around trees all the time probably got more, probably were struck by lightning more times than we ever would be. But I'm not even going to get into that issue, because people will believe what they want to believe. Which brings me to the subject of this video, which is, I think that we all should be like a CSI, a crime scene investigator. Why do you say that, Brother Taalik? I say that because truth has been murdered, and to murder is a crime. We were born into lies and deceit, given half-truths along the way in this journey through our life. We were born into it. So we should be like a CSI. We should be like a forensic investigator, because almost everything that has been given to us is through deceit. It is false. When you become a CSI, crime scene investigator, you pay attention to details. If you and I, who are not trained in forensics, walk into an area or crime scene, we are not trained to notice. We only can see the obvious. A crime scene investigator must be able to determine that which is not obvious. As you know, I have asked us to reevaluate what we've been taught. And what brings this subject again up is not the crime scene investigation. That's not the subject. But I want us to be like CSIs. I want us to be like detectives. See, those who teach falsehood don't like detectives. Those who are trying to get away with murder don't like detectives, because they looking to bring you in and hold you accountable for telling that lie, for committing that murder. Now, in religion, a lot of us, we were brought into this. I am very sure your mother didn't want you to be a Christian and did that because her heart was bad, or make you want to be a Muslim or a Buddhist or whatever the religion of your family's choice. The intent of your family member, they don't know they have been deceived. They don't know that they've been lied to, like Malcolm said, bamboozled. They don't know. But now, the time has arrived that all these things must be brought into the light. And so through the reevaluation of things that I was taught back in the day when I was in the Nation of Islam. the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us that a man's sex drive, and this is the question I want to ask you males, the man's or the male sex drive is so strong that he would have sex with a gorilla. And I want to know something. Are y'all males? Are y'all that pitiful? Is that a true, for real, a true statement? Because for me, I'm going to tell you. Now, I was locked up for 10 years. And I had no desire for no man. In fact, I guess I put myself out there where no males even approached me, even asked me, even tried to approach me that kind of way. Because homie don't play that. So I guess I automatically gave that aura, this dude, you have to rape this one. It ain't happening. So ain't no man, I'm not attracted to no man. And I was locked up for 10 years, and ain't no man looked attracted to me, period. I was attracted to women. There were a lot of female staff running around that I sort of enjoyed. But there were some women in that place that I would not touch with a 10-foot pole. So then that reminded me, and that memory came back to me, because I was taught that the man's sex drive is so strong that he would want to have sex with a gorilla. Now here's women. I hate to tell you, because of their lifestyle, they ugly and not attractive in no kind of way. No kind of way. And they're not a gorilla. And I did not want them either. So the chances of me being locked up and there's some female gorilla, see, we was taught that because the gorilla vagina is like a woman's, that's why we would be attracted to. I don't want no gorilla. Do y'all, are y'all men, now I know some of y'all men, y'all do get weak. See, my mentality has never been there anyway. So some of y'all that's weak in the mind, some of y'all men been incarcerated, some of y'all men that have not been incarcerated. Y'all fall for anything you can get your hands on. Ugly woman, raggedy woman, woman with 3 eyes, it don't make no difference. Then if you can't get a woman with 3 eyes, 4 breasts, then you'll jump on the man. We know that y'all will go for men. Y'all, some of y'all males out there, some of y'all undercover or whatever. So we know you'll do that. So could Elijah Muhammad be right? With y'all, not with me. He said that y'all so pitiful and you're so weak and your sex drive is so strong that y'all lay down with a female gorilla. Are y'all, for real now, tell me now, are y'all that damn pathetic? Are y'all that damn weak? For real, come on now, just be truthful. Look, this is between you and me. Just talk to the camera. You don't have to say it out loud. Yeah, Taalik, man, I got to have mine, dude. Yeah, man. Matter of fact, I'm sort of lonely right now. You wouldn't have an extra gorilla or two, in the car with you, would you? Oh man. Oh Lord. But that's really sad. So I don't know. Now for me, that statement is really not true. I'd rather be by myself than lay down with a gorilla. I'd rather be by myself than lay down with some foolish and stupid woman. And I dang sure ain't laying down with no hard-looking dude. Black, white, whatever. Ain't happening here. Brother ain't into that. Because I ain't never, even as a child, as a youngster, Never thought weak like that. Never been like that. Man, it's hotter than a mug out here. But I wanted to talk to you. Jot down your comments. Those of y'all who strong, let me know. Hey, dude, ain't happening, bruh. And y'all that's weak, nobody don't know who you are, because most of y'all faceless anyway. Go ahead and tell me how many gorillas y'all lay down with. Woo! Thank you for listening, y'all. This your brother. Just want to have a little fun, but I'm serious too. This was and is the Reality's Temple on Earth.
On my journey, family and friends, I am Tangi, the Black Sheep, Tangelica for short. Tangi is my name for short. Anyway, the way I quit smoking cigarettes cold turkey was I simply began to drink more water. More than anything else is I drink more water. I smoked cigarettes for 29 years. And that is the most profoundest thing I done was drink water. Eat sunflower seeds, watch comedy, and not buy them. That's how I quit smoking cigarettes. Don't buy them. That works more than anything else. It's just don't buy them. I'm out. Hello, YouTube. This is Tangelica, the Black Sheep. I am welcoming you to join me on my new YouTube page where I'll be discussing motivational
What's up, you guys? My name is Josiah, and I'm the son of the creator of this YouTube account, and my mom. So I just wanted to tell y'all to go to YouTube and type in Tangelica story. So it's like a 6-minute video, it's not too long. But just type in Tangelica story. So that's TANJALIKA story, and this should be a picture of me in a gray shirt that comes up, and it's basically a story of me and my mom, like talking about our homelessness and stuff, and like our whole, like everything that went on, like in our life and all. So go check that out. I highly recommend it. So,
Hello, YouTube. This is Tangelica, the Black Sheep. Hello, Reality Temple on Earth. This is Tangelica, the Black Sheep. I'm just giving you a shout out on this lovely, bright Saturday. Greetings from Canoga Park, California. And I just wanted to say that I'm going to spend my Saturday, after I'm done deep conditioning my hair, I'm going to be tuning into the Reality Temple on Earth. And you should too. Peace and blessings. Love, peace, and soul!
All right. Welcome to another edition of what we call the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. And before we get this party started, parental discretion is advised. I don't know why we have to do that. Most of these youngsters are probably more informed and know about certain crap than we do. But anyway, if you are a parent, parental discretion is advised, and some of us are doing our best not to have our very young children exposed to certain talk or movie or radio influence that you believe that children should not be listening to. And I don't blame you. So I'm just giving us a heads up on this topic. Parental discretion is advised. Contrary to popular belief, I do not advocate homosexual, gay, lesbian behavior. I do not advocate transgenderism and bisexuality and all these different things. I'm not into those things. I view all of these behaviors as unnatural. Has nothing to do with religion. Has nothing to do with a God or some kind of morality. I base my observation and conclusion on what I see in the natural world. You do not see bisexual alligators. You do not see transgender moose. You do not see all these weird behaviors in the natural world. You have certain behaviors in the natural world that those who practice these behaviors, they try to say, see, look, pigs do it, dolphins do it, they homosexual. No. That's what you want people to believe. Animals do not practice sex looking for pleasure. Procreation. They're not looking for to feel good and like y'all do. Sex for entertainment purposes. You do not see that in the natural world. That's what you do because your mind has become poisoned, and this world of human beings has become unnatural. Even so, I don't advocate that behavior, but at the same time, I can respect you as a human being. And you don't bother me, I don't bother you. And I mean, it's all great and good. Now, when you want to try to force your, just like religion, when you want to try to force your behaviors on children, you want to force your behaviors on me like it's natural, and you want to force your behaviors and tell children that this is life and this is how, now we got a problem. We have a problem. You're not going to force these unnatural behaviors on naive children. You're not going to be, and you should not be allowed to tell people and teach people this is life, and no, it's not. This is not life. It's unnatural. I don't know what happened to you in your development, but you and this thinking and this behavior is not natural. And it will not be accepted because it is not a natural behavior. When I was a little boy, there was no men around me to teach me nothing. I had to learn my sexuality. I had to learn about the changes in my body. I had to understand these things all on my own. I basically grew up around my mother, aunties, sisters, a lot of women all the time. I knew that I was not a female. And as a boy, a young boy, I did not even care. I just was out here being a little boy. Go outside and play with the dogs and the cats and help feed the chickens. I was raised on a plantation. My people were sharecroppers and feed the chickens and feed the pigs. I just enjoyed being a child. Here we are, we're telling little children about their sexual orientation. You a child. Children that don't care, ain't no little babies that care nothing about no sex. We're putting these ideas and behaviors. Now, mind you, a lot of the people, they don't talk about it. But a lot of these persons were sexually exploited. Many of them would tell you. They were raped as children, sexually exploited as children. These things and these experiences cause us to go where we end up going. Now, as a young boy, as I got older, I began experiencing the different changes in my body, started getting erections and whatnot, and pubic hairs and the whole 9 yards. I had to learn. I had to what's going on? What's the deal with this? And I noticed when I started looking at females, I would get aroused. You get aroused by their skin, the shape of their nose, the body, the curves in the body, and the buttocks takes a certain shape, and you begin to get attracted to that. You really don't understand why. You begin to look at the shape and the form, and like, wow, it's just mind-boggling. And it's something that you cannot control. You could even, as a man, you can get turned on by a cartoon character. As long, like there was a cartoon, something about Jessica Rabbit, I forgot, it was a cartoon, and they had a cartoon character, female, and they gave her these curves. You know this is a cartoon. But something about these shapes and the way the woman is built, something in nature makes us attracted to these different shapes and how and figures and the softness of the woman. And I don't want to be nasty, but as you get older and you become sexual and whatever, and I don't want to be nasty, but when you look at your penis and when you look at your vagina, they're not the most prettiest things in the world. But when you look at that, but as a man, when you look at that vagina, look, it's not the prettiest thing in the world. But for something, there's something in you that causes us, I want that thing. And that woman, there's something natural. You don't have to be taught. It's just something natural that moves us in that direction. And so we become sexual and we do the thing. That feels so good. Yummy, yummy. You know how we do it. We get all caught up in that stuff. Quite literally. So I'm sitting here thinking, because I don't understand. Bring me some understanding, because I don't understand the concept. How do we get attracted to somebody's anus, somebody's boo-boo hole? That's where the doo-doo comes. And how do you get attracted? What make you think to put put a penis in your mouth? Piss and stuff. It's just, how can you be attracted? I'm trying to learn, okay? I'm trying to learn, because to me it's disgusting. Playing around with somebody's booty. You're going to take your penis and force it inside somebody, and that feel good to you? And you're going to see the doo-doo. You got to. The doo-doo is there. Don't go anywhere. and you and pee and do you eating doo-doo and drinking pee. I don't understand. No, look, I don't understand it. I really don't. So as a homosexual person, as a gay or lesbian person, the same experience that I had being attracted to this, the same experience that I had attracted to this, you are attracted to the boo-boo hole, where the doo-doo come out the boo-boo. You're attracted to something that urine. I don't mean to laugh, because see, I'm trying to get some. I just want to get some understanding. So, so what you're basically gonna tell me, the same way I was attracted to all of this, the same way I'm attracted to all of this, you are attracted to feces, where, I mean, all you got to do is just wash it up, I guess, move some of the doo-doo out the way, I guess, or maybe you just don't give a damn, don't pay, you act like it, you don't pay no attention, and you're gonna take a penis, like it's candy. Now, back in the day, when people used to say, suck my penis, kiss my ass, those were not terms of endearment. Those were not terms of love. If you can get a person to suck your penis, kiss your ass, that's degrading. That's humiliating. That's a power move. Because if I can get you to kiss my ass, suck my penis, I get you to lower yourself. I'm going to put my this is where urine comes out and other stuff. Kiss my ass, doo-doo and stuff. And you can get people to kiss your ass and suck your, that's degradation. To humiliate people. That's not love. And now, in 2022, we have people, homosexual and so-called heterosexuals, you're doing these things. Looking for pleasure. When did eating doo-doo become pleasurable? Like it's ice and sucking, it's ice cream. Jot down your comments. Let's talk about it. I don't understand it. Maybe you can teach me.
One little riddle, two little, three little, four little riddle, five little, six little, seven little riddle, eight little riddle, now you know you gotta go. One little riddle, two little, three little, four little riddle, five little, six little, seven little riddle, eight little riddle, now you know you gotta go. Monday morning.
She was more like a beauty queen from a scene. I say no matter, but do you mean I am the one? Go and dance on the floor in a round. She says I am the one. Go and dance on the floor in a round. She told me her name was Billie Jean. As she crossed the scene, she said her head hurt as she dreamed being the one. Go and dance on the floor in a round, baby. People always told me, be careful what they do. Don't go around breaking young girls' hearts. And mother always told me, be careful with your love. Be careful what you do. When your love become the truth. Hey, I feel it, Jean. It's not my love. She's just a girl who claims that I am the one. But the kid is not my son. She says I am the one who knows. But the kid is not my son.
I ain't impressed.
The deacon said, imagine how Michael Jackson felt when he told Joseph, I want out of the Jackson 5. Michael wanted his freedom. Ever since he was a little boy, he was under the yoke of a dictator. It's my way or the highway. Somebody that abused him, beat him, made mockery of him. He was nothing but a slave. Michael Jackson was a slave.
You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this.
In the name of my ancestors, peace forever and always, and welcome to another edition of the Realities Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. Of course, I'm the host of this particular program, known here on YouTube, Daily Motion, Vimeo, MySpace, and perhaps many other places. I am known as the mighty Angel Snub 7. I'm your brother and hopefully your friend, Taalik Ibn'rad. I want to thank you so much for joining me this morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you have decided to honor me with your presence upon this particular video. It is an honor, as always, that you would give me a moment of your time so that I may be able to express an opinion that I feel that would be beneficial to us who have been made deaf, dumb, and blind, lost in a land among strange people doing strange things, and we're going to speak about that as this conversation continues. Those of us who are the descendants of slaves born in America. Now, I would like to begin our talk by first saying the topic is sex. I'm going to attempt to talk about this subject so that it is not vulgar, it is not nasty, it is just an adult conversation about that which, or that activity which brought us all into being. Without the act of sex, I would not be here speaking with you, nor would you be here to listen to these words. So, the act of sex itself is a wonderful and beautiful experience if we understand what they say in religion is the spiritual or mental side, a higher calling or understanding of the experience. Because the experience itself brings us temporary satisfaction. So since it brings us temporary satisfaction, that's why we're always looking for it. That's why we're always thinking about it. Because once we get it and enjoy whatever pleasure we believe it is supposed to bring to us, it goes away quickly. So, like a drug, we're after our next fix. And in that obsession with trying to find pleasure in the flesh, and just like a drug addict, we don't care who we hurt in order to get our next high. The drug addict will rob their family members. They will steal. They will do whatever it takes to get the next fix. And that is what you see when we become a sex addicted people. When we are filled with sexual perversion. We even begin to seek out little children and babies to act or try to get our high from. Babies and children that are not even mature enough to even know what you're doing to them. And then when these babies of whom you have destroyed grow up, they are gender confused. They are messed up in their head from an act of some demon trying to find pleasure in the flesh. This talk that we're having, and since this is a open forum, we are in the public speaking or talking to one another. I am sure there are people of all races that wish to listen to what is going to be said. But this message is not for you, especially the European Caucasian. And I say this because we who are the descendants of slaves born in America, we were forced into your society. And that society is alien to us. The behaviors that I'm going to speak about could be considered natural, or it is acceptable behavior in your society. Greek culture, according to Caucasian scientists, they say that the behavior of what we call homosexual behavior originate up out of Greek culture. It is a Caucasian European phenomenon. You cannot and you will not see instances or find information whereas darker people were practicing homosexual, bisexual, all these sexual behaviors. This is a phenomenon that is only relevant to European Caucasian persons. Again, that originate up out of Greek culture. And you don't have to believe nothing I say. This is what I learned from them. So if you want to get angry, don't get angry at Brother Taalik. You need to get angry at the History Channel, the Discovery Channel, and your media, your scientists, your scholars who are teaching these things. But since we do not like to educate our minds, we spend very little time watching the Discovery Channel, the History Channel, and all these channels that try to educate our minds. We are busy watching the Housewives of New Jersey, the Housewives of Atlanta. You are interested in what Kim Kardashian is doing. You are watching Chef Ramsay, Hell's Kitchen, and anything of entertainment that does not feed the mind. Now, I will admit, I like watching Chef Gordon Ramsay, Hell's Kitchen. You can learn how to cook a little bit. But overall, the media is feeding the masses of the people foolishness so that you don't know anything, so that you continue living in filth. And this behavior that I'm talking about can only be practiced by a people who have gone so low, living in filth, that this type of activity is acceptable. So homosexual behavior origins from out of Greek culture. And this is how I was listening to how they explain how homosexual activity began. And this is just part of it, because it's a combination of things that have created the modern day gay and lesbian peoples. In Greek culture, Nobody takes down Angel Snuff 7 easy. There's a reason why after 100 channels destroyed, Angel Snuff 7 is still here. There's a reason why nobody wanna get in a beef with Angel Snuff 7. But you don't take me seriously. And now your ass is barbecue. In the beginning, it was an innocent thing for a male, in order to show that he was of a certain high class, he would take on an apprentice or a helper, assistant, a young boy, take him in. This would show that I am a man of great wealth, a man of great stature in the community or in the society. But soon, these Caucasian males, the women were not involved at this particular time. It's always males that's doing some dirt. The males began to take their sexual perversions, their experimentations out on their assistants, their apprentice. Thus, I'm taking a boy as a friend. I'm taking a boy as a lover. Thus, you get the word boyfriend. At that time, there was no girlfriend. But later on, of course, when we began to get equality, then you begin to have women that begin to molest children, boys and girls, and women would molest girls. Then you would get girlfriend. And then, of course, when the Europeans began to conquer the African peoples or any dark people, they began to emulate and copy this perverted type of behaviors because they were raped and molested as children by their oppressors. And then, of course, even when we began to become free, then we continue that which these same behaviors that oppressed us. I can compare this behavior with incarceration. You have those who have been incarcerated, who have learned the style of the sagging pants. And then once they come out on the street, they don't have to no longer do that. But this behavior is in them and they take it out on the street. Being around incarcerated persons expressing this behavior, then soon in society, it is an acceptable type of thing. And you have these young men running around with sagging pants. Some of them do know that it comes out of prison behaviors and that it comes from out of incarceration. But it is now acceptable because in this society where homosexuality is acceptable, and we know in prisons, most times when you see a male with sagging pants, that means he is available for anal penetration. That means he will bend over so that you can put your penis in his backside. That is what it is a sign of within the prison system. So here you are in this society, and these young boys sagging their pants. And the reason why they can do that is because slowly but surely in the society, the male, both males, but the attack has been primarily on the black male to make you an effeminate, to give you woman-like characteristics, to take the fire out of you, to take the warrior out of you, to take the soldier out of you, so that you will not stand for your people, so that you will not do that which will cause your people to evolve forward, but in fact cause your people to go backwards, in fact cause your people to go extinct, because homosexual behavior does not produce life. And there are those who don't want black folks to have life. Would you be my boyfriend, my girlfriend? Why would you call a grown man a boy? Why would you call a grown woman a girl friend? The American black man, the descendants of slaves born in America, the African American, the Negro, the colored, y'all don't know what you want to call yourself. But we have been indoctrinated. We have been tricked. And we have been made to live an unnatural life that the African, in fact, to call ourselves African or black, that is unnatural. These things come up from out of the white supremacist system. We have become Europeanized, and we are proud to be black. When you say that, you are really saying, I'm still proud to be a slave. If you say I'm African American, you're still saying that I'm proud to be a slave. And when you look at the behaviors of the people, you see a people who in fact continue to behave and act like slaves. But this is about sex. This is about making love. There is only one. Listen to me. There is only one sex, brothers and sisters. The only real sex, and it's very simple, is the penis penetrating the vagina. That produces life. Sexual intercourse is the penis going into the vagina. That is the only real sex. Anything other than the penis going into the vagina is not sex. That is perversion. That is what they used to call being a freak. Now listen to me. See, what is a freak? If you see a dog And I'm using a dog because y'all have the minds of white people. White people love dogs. And I'm pretty sure y'all love dogs too. You probably have your little puppy dog right next to you as you watch this video. But if we were looking at dogs, and you seen a dog with 6 legs, back in the day, they would call that a freak. That's a deformity, a freak of nature. So back in the day, when we was talking about doing certain things in the bedroom, and somebody would call you a freak, that means you was doing something that was abnormal. You was doing something that was freakish. You was doing something that was vile. You was doing something that was abnormal, deformed. I'm going to be a freak in the bed. So I'm going to do something unnatural, deformed. And we know this. And we do it with a smile because we live among a strange people, a deformed people, an unnatural people, and we have become unnatural. So I'm not going to knock you. I don't hate you. I don't dislike you. But I am here to tell us that we have adopted nasty, vile, freakish, abnormal, deformed behavior. If you wish to continue that, then you do it with the knowledge of what it is, and you don't try to justify your filthy ways like it is normal. Well, brother, I was taught in school that oral sex, anal sex, and all this other sex is sex. The Caucasian, European, white man, or Americans, they always use science. They always use some type of so-called education, philosophy to justify their nasty, vile behaviors or whatever they want to do. So you have Masters and Johnson. You have a little old white woman with Dr. Ruth. Ain't that woman, ain't she about 200 years old? She's going to tell people about sex. You 200 years old, what do you know about sex? But she's a sex expert. You have these other white people, Masters and Johnson, they about 200 years old. They sex experts. And you have Dr. Drew and Dr. Phil. All these people are sex experts. But because homosexual, see, let me tell y'all something. And like I said, I'm going to try to keep this conversation, I don't want it vulgar. But sucking the penis and licking the vagina, that comes from out of European Western culture. That's homosexual behavior. Because since you're not going to put your penis in my vagina, what else you going to do? So I'm going to make up something. And see, incarceration and the exploitation of women and children. When a man tells you to suck his dick, he's not telling you, oh, I want to love you. To tell a person, suck my dick, I'm sorry, I'm going to skip that. Let me say, suck my penis. Suck my vagina. Let us be technical. I apologize. I don't want to go that way. But when somebody tells you this, it is not meant to show love. It's meant to degrade, to show that I'm superior, to humiliate, make mockery of you. When the demons molest and rape children, the children are not sexually mature, so the young boys can't get an erection. The little girls are not ready for no sexual intercourse. They make the little children suck the penis, lick their backside. The children can't do no better. This is where it's come from. Men do the same thing to grown women. Over generations and generations, men have abused females. Make the women suck their penis and lick their backsides and all that. This is the origins of, this is the why. And incarceration. This is the why. Incarceration, you have men forced to live with other men. And you have women forced to live with other women. And they take their sexual frustration out on what is available. This is where homosexuality comes from. Some leave incarceration and they return back to normal behaviors. But some retain the behaviors that they that was thrust upon them while incarcerated, just like the sagging pants. This is where this is the origins and the birth of homosexual behavior. It comes from out of Greek culture, combined with incarceration, combined with generations of children and women being exploited by men. It's always a man thing. Men cause this. At the root of it, men cause this. You can't find, you'll never find where it is a woman-female thing, because women produce life. Women are a respecter of life. But now, of course, many women, due to wanting equal rights mean copying. And see, brothers and sisters in the black conscious movement, black power, black nationalism, black liberation, you don't want to be like your oppressor. Because you see what has happened to women trying to copy men. In fact, women have tried to copy men so much, now some of these women begin to look like men and act like men, walk like men, talk like men. Their voice have deepened. Some of them losing their shape. They looking more manly. Some of them are taking steroids and these hormones to do that on purpose. Because I'm already losing my womanhood. I already think I'm a man. Might as well go all the way. Freaks of nature. You're deformed, unnatural people. And of course they use science to justify their freakishness. There is only one sex, and I'll tell you again, if it don't produce life, it's not sex, it's perverted behavior. In fact, it is called sodomy. Licking the vagina is sodomy. Putting the penis in your mouth is sodomy. And for y'all religious believers, many of y'all do this homosexual stuff. What do you think that your God was angry with in the time of Lot? Because the homosexuals was practicing this behavior that does not produce life, and God is about giving you eternal life. So here you had a group or a mass of people that was doing counter God. How can you say that you love your woman? Woo! How, brother? How can you say you love your woman and you want to put your penis in her mouth where you urinate and do other nasty things? But I love you. I want my sperm and my sweat all over your face. How filthy and nasty and vile. And you have the nerve to say that you love this person. I want to give you my waste product. I want you to smell my butt where I take a dump every day. Oh, what kind of love is that? And you wonder why these relationships don't last, because they are born and they are rooted in physical things. In fact, physically filthy and vile and profane things. Disgusting. Oh, y'all are woo, y'all yucky. Make love to me. Make love to me. I don't want to have sex. Make love to me. Brothers and sisters, you are so far from off the path of what the sexual experience is supposed to teach us. Not just give you pleasure, because see, in religion it talks about Jesus, and Jesus is here to bring eternal life. Sodomy don't bring life, but if you understood sex, it can bring you life. And if you understood the spiritual side of that activity, then it could bring us eternal life. But you don't understand what the fictional Jesus is talking about. Yeah, he's fictional, but you can learn a lesson from the Bible and the Quran and many other places. The racist Caucasian scientists and scholars and the know-it-alls, they would tell you that in nature, you see signs of homosexuality. You don't see, there is no homosexual animal on this planet. Homosexual behavior is an unnatural behavior. What you see animals do is that certain animals are allowed to mate. And then, just like incarceration, the males begin to bond with the males and the females with the females, and then they begin to act out their sexual frustration out on one another. But after the mating season is over, they go right back to doing what they was doing. Animals are not like human beings who have learned to try to seek some kind of pleasure in sexual perversion. What is pleasurable? What is pleasurable about putting your tongue in somebody's anus? Oh, that shows how filthy and low down and nasty we have become, following behind a perverted, unnatural people. And you love it. But see, that's on you. But I'm not going to stand around and listen to your filth and not tell you about your filth. You stink and you dirty and you nasty and you foul. And that's what I'm going to tell you. Whether you
Gomane. Assemble the people, Gomane. We will not be defeated by witch doctors' illusions.
Let's go back. Back in time. But one thing I will never do is put a false charge on somebody. That's one thing I'll never do. I will never fucking put a false charge. The one thing I will never do is put a false charge on somebody. That's one thing I'll never do. I will never fucking put a false charge.
Handle the truth. This is the real truth that has come to us to let us know that we have been deceived. You're living an unnatural life. The reason why we have come this far is because of corrupt men. And I'm going to say that again. Because of corrupt men. The males have gone insane. And men cannot produce life. So since men can't produce life, they have no respect for life. But they want to have the honor and the position of woman. And so you're living in a world that has been born and it has been created by males who disrespect women. All your religions is anti-woman. Women can't do nothing of anything of any value. It's always about the man. The male, if you look at what has happened to this planet while men are in charge, the only thing you see is constant warmongering, murder, killing, because these males cannot produce life and they don't have respect for life. They don't care nothing about destroying the earth because this earth is known as Mother Earth. They don't care nothing about nature because nature is considered Mother Nature. It's about the woman. It's about that which can produce life. And you have corrupt males that is in charge of this planet that cannot produce life. They can help bring life, but see, the life that they bring into being, they want to enslave it. So all over this planet, you see signs of enslavement. The males, not the women, the males are behind enslavement. Then they enslave animals. They are about enslavement. That's because they have lost their way. They're trying to be the woman, but in order for you to be like the woman, you have to be able to produce life, and you can't do it, black man. You can't do it, white man. You can't do it, Chinese man. So their hatred for the woman, they try to force you to submit to them. They try to control the life because they can't produce it. Woo, these men and you women, you make a mistake. See, you have become sexualized. Because at one time, women did not trip off my orgasm. I gotta do this. Because that's not you. You don't care nothing about that. You are interested, your pleasure, because you know that life brings you eternal life. You have a connection to the womb. A man does not have a connection to the womb. So he don't care about nothing. You always hear stories of women willing to risk their lives real quick to save their babies. Women don't mind taking custody of their children because women are the nurturers and can bring life into existence. You don't see men fighting for their babies. I just want my babies. I gotta have my children. You don't see that. You don't see men rushing, trying to fight and defend their babies, especially in the black community, because if they did, we would be in much better shape. But you'll find black men at the dope house and the liquor store with their sagging jeans and drunk. They don't care nothing about life. That's why it's easy for you to see men in bad shape like that, because they are lifeless. But in religion, you have a person called Jesus that come among those whom are dead and raise them to life. Woo! If you only could understand what that meant, because Jesus is here. But Jesus is not one man. Jesus is a people that have been given certain information to raise not only themselves, but the masses of humanity, bring them from a dead state, a filthy state, bring them to life. It's not going to be easy, because it says in your Revelation that this war of Armageddon, a great fight, has to occur in order to bring the people back to this God. It also says that only 144,000 will be saved. So I'm not shocked that many of you will reject my message and disagree with what I'm talking about, because many will go down in hell with the devil. But see, you're already living in hell. The purpose now is to go high. That's why we want to get to heaven, because heaven represents a higher place. Hell represents a lower place. You can't mess with me, because I'm in a higher place. I'm beyond the flame. I'm beyond the fire. That's why you can't touch this. No matter how hard you try, no matter how smart you think you are, no matter how fly, and you really can't do nothing with me with all that urine and feces dripping out of your mouth. Sex is a beautiful thing, brothers and sisters, but I'll tell you this also, whether you married or not married, when you begin to obsess with sex, it clouds your mind, it clouds thinking. Because that's not what you're about. You're more than a penis. You're more than a vagina. Religion is trying to teach you that you are God's, that you are a child of God. Do you think God is somewhere thinking about who he's going to bang? Or if God is a woman, who she gonna bang tomorrow. That's not what it's about. Sex is just a tool used for reproduction. And then you must nurture that life that you produce so that you can have eternal life, if there is such thing. But the bottom line, and see, I want to go ahead and bring our little talk to conclusion. All of these people, they have two more excuses for their nasty, vile behaviors, copying the racist European Caucasian. That might be part of their culture, but that is not you. Well, Africans do it. And I'm very sure that some Africans have practiced this. But at the same time, do you know if they have been conquered by white people somewhere? A lot of Africans are doing things that is unnatural. And you don't know that the white man was there and conquered them and left them with these behaviors. At the same time, now listen, at the same time, just because Africans did this and Africans did that, don't mean everything they done was right. That's why you live in a new period of time, because now we've come to the point where we know some things better than them. And we make a mistake trying to be like them. Some of them no longer exist. These Africans, these Egyptians, these people that y'all talk about and y'all praise. And the reason why you praise them, because you don't know them. Because if you really knew them, you probably wouldn't like them. That's why it's good just to be who you are. A descendant of slaves born in America.
We are in a state of emergency.
Prejudice.
Because it is a platform, but if we are able to be responsible on this platform to uplift, elevate, okay, encourage, and inspire. Okay. All women, but especially black women, because we are black women.
I have some very serious questions for you, ladies and gentlemen. Did you subscribe to Tangelica the Black Sheep? Or were you a Rolling Stone? Incognito, missing in action. Ladies and gentlemen, this Rolling Stone could easily be a woman, a fake ass friend. Frenemy. Are you a Rolling Stone, ladies and gentlemen? I don't own no rights to the music playing in the background. Shout out to the rallying temple on earth. Taalik, Ibn'rad. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for the friendship.
These psychologists and psychiatrists are nothing but liars. Do not trust them. They told the court that this medicine that you see here, that this medicine you see here made me better. But as you can examine, this stuff is used. A bunch of liars, they told the court, this made me better. And I cuffed all this stuff. Look at it, you can see. It's cuffed. Do not trust psychiatrists and psychologists. Nothing but legal drug dealers. Again, do not trust psychologists and psychiatrists. Bunch of liars.
I just told you a little while ago, these leaders that they call leaders, this included Lena Horne, this included Dick Gregory, and this included comedians, comics, trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. Show me in the white community where a singer is a white leader, or a dancer or a trumpet player is a white leader. These aren't leaders. These are puppets and clowns.
What is wrong with that? You don't have no pride in yourself? You want to know about Egyptian history and Moorish history, and you don't even know Black American history. Because if you really knew Black American history and our struggle right here upon this wicked land, then you would be so proud of yourself. And once you break these final bonds of mental slavery, you will be able to outdo, you will be able to create a civilization greater than Egypt, greater than the Moors. A civilization that encompasses all of the human family. And in time, and this is the bad news most other races don't like to hear, but in time, it all goes back to the black. But before they leave, they will be these people under your leadership, under your guidance, will experience the heaven talked about in Quran and the Bible. But all Africans did not do everything right. They had error also. You gonna copy Africans? There are some Africans that believe in human sacrifice to their gods. You gonna murder somebody and sacrifice them to God? Some Africans drink blood. Some Africans are cannibals. They eat other black folks. Some of y'all do that in different ways. That's what this discussion is about. Some Africans believe if you have sex with an infant, it can cure AIDS. There are all kinds of beliefs and customs and things that ancient blacks and some of these Africans right now that they practice that ain't right. That's why it takes a new knowledge, new understanding to break all this ignorance. It's time that it all is exposed and it comes to, and it goes as part of the past and bring, this is something that is new. But it ain't for everybody because some of y'all just nasty and filthy and vile. Your mind is corrupt. You've been living in the pig pen for so long, you become a swine yourself. And then, why are you so upset with me talking about how nasty and yucky and disgusting that you are? If you're so proud, because deep down inside, you know that's nasty. No matter how you talk about it, no matter how you try to clean it up, you can't make urine clean. You can't make feces clean. You can't make a butt, an anus clean. That's where your body eliminates filth, your waste products. And you licking and lapping and with a smile on your face. But at the same time, this is the ironic thing about it. At the same time, if somebody offered you some water and they got it out of a toilet, you be like, oh, that's nasty. You just had a penis in your mouth. You just had your tongue in a vagina or an anus. So how is drinking water out of a toilet nasty? Well, that's where you've been in something that's worse, because that toilet is cleaner than where you just been. And I also like to say this, while they bragging about their their freakishness, their sexual perversion, being a pervert, abnormal. They talk about how good being in filth is. But they don't want to tell you about the downside. Y'all know what I'm saying? The downside? The penis was not meant to be sucked on. So now you have a rise in what they call erectile dysfunction, because the penis was not meant to be pulled and sucked on the way, the things that y'all do. And also, there's a rise in prostate cancer, because the prostate is overworked because y'all can't stop. So that prostate gland in the male becomes injured. And once it becomes injured, it opens the prostate. It makes it vulnerable to disease. You don't know that. You think there's a consequence. There's a consequence from playing in filth. Why do you think you have to take a bath? Why do you think you have to be clean? Because if you don't take a bath, you don't try to be clean, then you open up your body to viruses, cancers, to sickness. And what y'all doing is sickness. The vagina was not meant to be sucked and licked and all that stuff that y'all do. And y'all take these plastic parts and y'all, you turn things up and you don't even know what you're doing. The vagina is supposed to have a certain amount of wetness. It's supposed to be self-cleansing, but you licking and lapping, you licking all the fluids that the vagina makes in order to clean itself, and you drinking it like it's Kool-Aid. Y'all make me shiver. And y'all lick the anus. And you put penis in the anus and all kinds of plastic pieces in the anus. But anybody in the health, matter of fact, anybody who is part of the of healthcare, all the things I'm telling y'all, they will tell you that it is true. It's not popular. That's why they're not going to tell you, because they want you playing around in filth. They want you stupid. But a good doctor or even a good nurse, they'll tell you, you can't keep messing with the anus like that. The anus was not meant, the anus is not a vagina. It was not meant to open up and do the thing that y'all trying to make it to do. So pretty soon, the muscles of the anus begin to get weak. And the muscles of the anus get so weak that some of y'all can't even hold your feces no more. You have to start wearing diapers. If you notice, the rise in diapers for grown people is rising. That's telling you something. Women are having more woman problems. That's telling you something. Men are having more men sexually related problems. That's telling you something, because you are a freak. And in the end, you're going to pay to be a freak. So if that's how you want to go out, you having fun and seeking pleasure, then you do that. But you have been warned. And when you're sitting in a chair and I'm looking at you and I can see that the imprint of that diaper, the only thing I can tell you is I'm not going to tell you nothing. But in the back of your mind, it's going to look like I'm saying, I told you so, but you didn't want to listen. But that's how we are. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that black people, it's easy for them to go in the wrong direction. Hard as hell to get them to go in the right direction. That's how we are. Because we are so loyal to these racist Caucasian people, and we love them because they give us nothing, because they don't give a dang about us. This is a way of life. We believe everything they teach us. Even some of y'all so-called black power folks, you believe as long as you can do your filth, you said, well, this is what they taught in anthropology. This is what they say. This is what the white man say. But see, I tell you this, and I'm going to go out on this note. There is something called common sense. If it don't make sense, and see, if you don't try to research and think on your own, you can't determine whether something makes sense or it don't make sense. You just go with the flow. And right now, that flow has taught you to be yucky, taught you to be so nasty. But at the same time, how can you call yourself a god and a goddess, a child of God, licking a vagina, sucking on a penis in your mouth? And y'all Christians and Muslims, and y'all doing that same type of nasty stuff. That's sodomy. Some of you don't even know what sodomy is, but that's what it is. There is only one sex, brothers and sisters. Sex produces life. If it does not produce life, then it is not sex. It is hiding behind sex. It is freakishness. And the reason why I have taken the time to talk to us and the fictional Jesus and the fictional Muhammad, or all our great leaders and teachers, many of us have come before us, is to bring life and bring to us life abundantly. You want to have sex and learn what love is. How you gonna have sex? That's why you really don't feel nothing, because you don't have no love. Who loves the black man and woman? You've never been loved before. Oh, that's what you talk about is old-fashioned. It's old-fashioned, but your marriage is, you can't make a marriage that lasts, can't hardly make it 2 years. But your grandparents, who's old-fashioned, 30, 35 years, they've been married. You can't keep a boyfriend. You can't keep a girlfriend, jumping from one person to another. But you live in new fashion. So maybe you need to take another look at old fashioned. Maybe there was something there that can show you how to live better. But you've been programmed, you become a sexual deviant. They keep booty in your face and penis in your face and booty in your face all the time. And you can't break the grip of the devil and Satan. Even in church, you can't wait to get down. And that's where you're going to always stay. Stay down. So we need somebody or somebodies to bring us a message to raise these who are and have become dead, lost, deaf, dumb, and blind, raise them from a dead state to life. And if you begin to break and stop believing in all this trash that we have been taught by the Europeans, then you begin to be able to converge and understand your true nature. And your true nature is much higher than putting a penis in your mouth and licking a vagina like it's a lollipop. That is so nasty, y'all. Woo! How can you be so proud? And really, you're not proud. You've just been tricked and you've been deceived. Think about it. Think for yourself. Rationalize. Use common sense. Look at it. You and I, we're not nasty like this. That's their life. They forced us into this. You are beyond African. You are beyond black. You and I are the children of the universe. Babies, the progeny of what they say or what they call the Most High. Thank you for listening.
You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this.
Balenciagas trying to bring out the fabulous. Cause I give a fuck way too much. I'ma need like 2 shots in my cup. Wanna get up, wanna get down. Oh, I've been so down and under pressure. I'm way too fine to be distressed, yeah. Oh, I'm not the girl I was or used to be. Bitch, I might be better. Turn up the music. Turn down the lights. I got a feeling.
I'm just disturbed. I really am. But it's something deeper. It really is. But I'm not even sure how I should even go about addressing that, to be honest with you, Mr. Angel.
Okay, go ahead. Make sure to, y'all can download, y'all have my permission to download this video and replay this video if you want to. Only if you want to. If you don't, that's fine with me. I don't care, you know. But just make sure you put this in your archives. Okay, make sure you put it in your archives. Save it. Angel Snub 7 thought he was gonna get away with what he was doing. He thought, but bitch nigga, I done filed a countersuit claim against your ass for slander and defamation. Tell that to your audience. Tell that to Twin Pyramid and all those different, personalities that you have. Tell that to Mellow Cap and Twin Pyramid.
Alright, Angel Snub 7 in the house, and we are standing here in front of O. Henry's, and we just had a great meal. I just want to tell my audience that we are #1 supporting black business, and we had a good time here. Are you the proprietor? Oh, yeah. Did you want to come here and talk to the people? Angel Snub 7, here's the proprietor here. My best friend, Miss
Ada Taylor.
Yeah, we are standing here in front of O. Henry's restaurant, and we just had a real nice meal. Can you tell us a little bit about the restaurant and what you do here?
We sell soul food. As a matter of fact, we've been told that Old Henry's is one of the few soul food restaurants in the city of St. Louis, in the state, and in the Midwest. We plan to start our food truck next month.
Okay.
Want that food truck to go all over.
Alrighty then.
So if we get the exposure, and we're already taking orders for events. We just took an order for July 31st. We took an order for July 29th. There's a guy who has a construction company. He owns quite a few of them. And we're going to be going to their site to be serving food, serving lunch. And we got a lot of interesting stuff going on.
All right.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm Angel Snub 7. This is my friend
Ada Taylor.
Ada Taylor. This is O. Henry Restaurant. If you're ever in the St. Louis area, come check them out. We had a good time just celebrating my sister's birthday, and everything was A-OK.
All right. All right. Thank you.
You up.
The Reality Temple on Earth is just something that I can watch all day long because I love knowledge. That's how Gemini people are. So that's what I'll be doing the remainder of this weekend, is tuning into the Reality Temple. Shout out to brother Taalik Ibn'rad and the Reality Temple on Earth. I give all my love, peace, and blessings to each and every person that literally watch his show. There's no way you can watch it without learning. And I'm just still learning. I'm still absorbing. And I'm just glad to be a part of something so phenomenal. Peace out. Reality Temple on Earth. You know what's up. You're the best here on YouTube.
Where do you live? We can handle this like men. I will come to where you are and I will whoop your ass. 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 Where do you live? We can handle this like men. I will come to where you are and I will whoop your ass.
Your living room, as long as it's
And as always in parting, we wish you...
Come on and jam with us next week on these same stations, and you can bet your last money it's all going to be a stone gas, honey. I'm Don Cornelius, and as always in parting, we wish you love, peace, and soul.